All right, so this is going to be the solution to your normalization task 2. It says you work for Air Tawara and will create a database to analyze data about their flights from Tawara City Airport. Dates are to be displayed in the format 12th January 2018. So 2 characters for the date, um, and then the complete month and the complete year. All times are to be displayed in HH:M format and are set to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. This is actually UK Standard Time, so you don't actually have to do anything. Just need to make sure that your date format and time is according to UK. You must use the most efficient method to solve each task. You require to provide evidence of your work, including screenshots at various stages. Create a document named this as evidence.rtf. RTF is actually rich text format, not the standard Word document, but rich text format. Place your name, center number, candidate number in the header of your evidence document. Now, the very first point says, examine the data files in these 4 files which are given to you. All are CSV. It says Air Tabara had decided that all field names must be short, meaningful, and consistent in style with no spaces. So you are to create a relational database normalized to the third normal form using this data. Evidence that you have to provide for this task is that you have to place in the evidence document screenshots to show the structure of the tables, including the field names, data type, and key fields. Place in your evidence document screenshots to show the relationships between these tables and each relationship type. Okay, so I will create the evidence document as well, also normalized to the third normal form. So the first file is, in order to start off with normalization, you are to examine and analyze the files for good 15, 20, 25 or 30 minutes even, because you have to make sense out of the files how the data can be related. Okay, starting from the first file, the very first step, even before looking at the data, I would say best fit your data and rename your field names. Make them short, make them meaningful with no spaces. Are we clear? Always change the field names. Make them short, meaningful, consistent, and no spaces. So rather than going through the data first, I will just simply look at the field name. So this is a flight number with a space in it. I would say this should be flight_flight number. All right. So this is arrival airport code. I can quote this as airport code. This is airport name. This is actually the airport. You have to specify the names which actually make sense, and they're basically short. Okay. You can name them anything. It's totally up to you. Whatever style you want to adapt, even that is all up to you. I used underscore. You may not use underscore and use the camel format. So if I have to name this as flight number as per the camel format, I would just remove this. Arrival airport code, remove the underscore. This is how your field name should be named. So either use the camel format. Camel format means that every word starts with a capital letter. If there are 2 words combined together to form the field, the first letter of both the words are going to be capital. So you can use the camel format or you can use the underscore. So we have flight number, arrival airport code, and the airport name. Let's look at the second file. which is cabin crew. So first of all, best fit your data and then rename your field. So this is payroll number of employees who are air crew. It just needs to be payroll number. Forename is okay, surname is fine. Crew code, so crew underscore code. Long service, so long underscore service. Best fit your data. Let's look at the third file. Okay, it's named as crew code, but it does not have any heading. So I will look at the data and also other files. Over here, I had crew code. So this seems similar. That means that this is the same field name, which is basically in the third file. So I will just insert a new row. And I will type in the field name for this. Let's look at the fourth file, which is N18 flights. Again, best fit. This is flight number. Departure on. I would say this is departure date. Departure at. Departure time. Arrival date. Arrival time. Then this is crew code. Are we clear on this? Any questions? Okay, just by looking at the files, I can see that this crew code, first normal form, right? First normal form says convert the data into atomic form. You have to divide, or let's say separate the fields. If they are combined together, I don't see any field which is combined together. We have to make separate tables. We already have separate tables. So atomic form is satisfied. Repeating groups of data. If I start from the first file, repeating groups of data. Repeating groups means that the data is duplicated in columns and rows. So the whole row is going to be duplicated. Or airport code, for instance, is present here and it's also present here. So that is repeating groups of data. So I don't have any repeating columns, but maybe I have got some repeating rows that I will have to check. First of all, if I just look at this particular table, what do you think my primary key should be? Just by looking at it, how can you decide that flight number can be the primary key? It has to be unique. How do you check? Let's say there were 50,000 records. Obviously, they are not. There are only 39. So you can actually do this as well. You go to filter and you sort it A to Z, and then you can have a look, right? But a quicker way to check whether the column has duplicates or not is selecting the column, going to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and then click on duplicate values. So I think that flight number can be the primary key, right? In order to be sure, I will just select flight number, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and click on duplicate values. When I do it, a prompt will come. It says that I will highlight the duplicate values with light red fill with dark red text, we click on OK, and then we just scroll down. If nothing is highlighted, that means no data is duplicated. So this particular field can be set as my primary key of the table. And if they find duplicates, for instance, if I select this column, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values. So you can see that all values, they get highlighted. So this particular column cannot be the primary key. Do we get this? Okay. So we have come to the conclusion that this particular field name or this particular field in this particular table, which is the airports table, the flight number is going to be our primary key. So first normal form is going to be satisfied for this particular table. Second normal form says that you are to take out any partial key dependencies. Partial key dependency, I said, if you have a compound key, only then you'll check for it. If this table, this field is going to be the primary key, flight number is going to be my primary key. That's only one field. For compound key, you need more than one field to act as your primary key. सही है? तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास एक ही field है जो कि primary key बनेगी. Now I want the non-keys to depend on the flight number. ठीक है? So पहली बात तो ये कि second normal form automatically हमारी क्या है? Satisfied है. वो क्यों? क्योंकि इस टेबल में मैंने कंपाउंड की मुझे नहीं लगता कि बनेगी. आई एम जस्ट थिंकिंग. और मैं ये कहता हूं कि फ्लाइट नंबर ही होगी प्राइमरी की. सो कंपाउंड की जब एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती तो सेकंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी सेटिस्फाइड होगी फॉर दिस टेबल. एंड द थर्ड point is, the third normal form is that no non-key dependencies. No what? Non-key dependency. A non-key should not be depending on another non-key. ठीक है? अब अगर मेरा फ्लाइट नंबर प्राइमरी की बन जाती है, एयरपोर्ट कोड और एयरपोर्ट जो है वो मेरी नॉन कीज है, राइट? सो मेरा एयरपोर्ट कोड पे डिपेंड नहीं करना चाहिए और एयरपोर्ट कोड एयरपोर्ट के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं करना चाहिए, जो कि एक्चुअली करता है. मुझे ये बताएं कि क्या फ्लाइट एयरपोर्ट पे डिपेंडेंट होती या एयरपोर्ट फ्लाइट पे डिपेंडेंट होता है? एयरपोर्ट फ्लाइट पे डिपेंडेंट होता है. एयरपोर्ट पे तो बहुत सी फ्लाइट्स आती है ना, ठीक है? फ्लाइट कह सकते हो कि आप एक पर्टिकुलर एयरपोर्ट पे जाएगी, राइट? सो एयरपोर्ट कोड इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर फ्लाइट, बट द एयरपोर्ट इटसेल्फ इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन द फ्लाइट, है ना? So this non-key is actually depending on the airport code. It is not depending on the flight number. For flight number, we only need the airport code. कभी आप टिकट परचेज करें तो उसके बाद चार चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती हैं. एक PNR होता है आपका, दैट इज योर रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर, फ्लाइट नंबर, एयरपोर्ट कोड, डेट एंड टाइम. These details are very important on your ticket. They are written there. आपने वहां पे wherever you are traveling, वहां का कोड वहां पे मेंशन होता है आपकी टिकट के ऊपर, ठीक है? Not the airport name. Maybe the airport name as well, but airport name is not dependent on your flight because at one airport, so many flights actually land. So what do we do in this scenario? We are to separate these two fields, take them to another file, and वहां पे हम उसके ऊपर थर्ड नॉर्मल फॉर्म दोबारा से अप्लाई करेंगे. लेकिन इस टेबल में वो रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, ठीक है? So what do? We go to file, we click on blank workbook, open up a blank sheet, come back to our previous table, select these two columns, we copy the data, we come to a new file, we paste them here. ठीक हो गया? अच्छा, थिंकिंग आउट लाउड, ये एक नई फाइल बनेगी, राइट? ये नई फाइल इस पुरानी वाली फाइल के साथ रिलेशनशिप बना सकेगी? बना सकेगी विद व्हाट? एयरपोर्ट कोड विद एयरपोर्ट कोड, ठीक है? व्हाट अबाउट दिस? डज इट स्टिल नीड्स टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस टेबल? नो, सो वी विल delete this. Come down to our, or come back to our new file. यहां पे फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म, सेकंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म, थर्ड नॉर्मल फॉर्म रीअप्लाई करोगे. फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म अटोमिक फॉर्म तो ऑलरेडी है. रिपीटिंग ग्रुप्स ऑफ डेटा, नाउ द कंप्लीट रोज आर टू बी व्हाट? Removed, right? How do we do it? We'll select these two columns, we go to data, and we select remove duplicates. When we click on it, a prompt will open. You can set the settings. My data has headers, otherwise this is column A and column B. If I select this option, the first row is going to be omitted. So it says airport code, and airport is basically my header. I will just click on OK. So I'm left with only 10 unique values. Do we get this? Should I do it again? आपके पास जो डेटा होगा, आपने जिसमें से डुप्लीकेट्स निकालने हैं, you just select them, click on remove duplicates. My data has headers, उसको चेक करें and click on OK. So these are the airport codes. मुझे बताएं, इस टेबल में एयरपोर्ट कोड प्राइमरी की बन सकती? वैसे तो हमने डुप्लीकेट्स रिमूव कर दिए हैं, लेकिन अगेन इन ऑर्डर टू मेक श्योर कि यहाँ पे डुप्लीकेट्स नहीं है, and this will be my primary key, I will just select this column, go to home, click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, click on duplicate values, and click on OK. So I can see that there are no duplicates. This airport code is going to be linked with this airport code. Relationship type would be one to many. ठीक हो गया? ये दो टेबल्स लिंक हो गए. आ जाए अब दूसरे टेबल, फ्लाइट्स, या बल्कि कैबिन क्रू पे आ जाते हैं पहले. सो दिस सीम्स टू बी पेरोल नंबर, फोरनेम, सरनेम, क्रू कोड, लॉन्ग सर्विस. पेरोल नंबर किसका है? क्रू कोड का है या क्रू का है जो उस पर ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? उसका नाम है, फोरनेम है, सरनेम है. It also assigned a crew code, long service, which is 0 and -1. So this probably seems to be Boolean data. ठीक है? Long service कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं. So that is there. इसके अंदर I would say कि payroll number should be the primary key. Atomic form में already नजर आ रही है. Repeating groups of data को देखने के लिए मैं payroll number को देख लेता हूं, क्योंकि मैंने इसको primary key बनाना है. So I will click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values, click on OK. Just scrub through all the records. I do not see any repetition. So ये primary key बन जाएगी. Okay. What about this file to be linked with what file? So crew code है हमारे पास. We also know that we also have another file which is crew code. तो इसके साथ वो लिंक हो जाएगी. इस फाइल में क्रू कोड जो है वो प्राइमरी की बन जाएगी, या वन टू मेनी का रिलेशनशिप भी बन जाएगा क्रू की फाइल से. और जो दूसरी फाइल है, क्या कहते हैं, कैबिन क्रू, वन टू मेनी का रिलेशनशिप बन जाएगा. देन व्हाट डू वी डू? वी आर लेफ्ट विद एयरपोर्ट्स हो गया, कैबिन क्रू भी हो गई, ये भी क्रू बन गया. अच्छा जी, इधर आ जाओ. ये हमने फाइल खुद से जनरेट की है और N18 फ्लाइट्स. नाउ अच्छा, जो क्रू कोड है वो इस क्रू कोड के साथ भी लिंक हो सकता है ना? सीम्स सिमिलर. अगर मैं इसमें फ्लाइट नंबर को प्राइमरी की सेट करना चाह रहा हूं, so we have flight number, departure date, departure time, arrival date, arrival time, crew code. Atomic form already maintained है. Repeating groups of data and primary key का मसला है. If I think that, okay, flight number needs to be the primary key, I will just select this, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values, click on OK. So I get to see a lot of duplicates here. This can't be the primary key. Crew code, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values. Again, this probably cannot be the primary key. ठीक है, अब हम चेक करते हैं कि क्या complete rows duplicated तो नहीं है. So for that, I will select this, the top row, go to filter, apply the filter, drop down flight number, and just select one of the entries in your data. Click on OK. I've got 3 entries with AT001. Look at the complete row. Are the complete rows duplicated? कौन सी डुप्लीकेट हो रही है? नो, कंप्लीट रो कौन सी डुप्लीकेट हो रही है? 80001 की. मैं कोई और कर देता हूं, देखो यहां पे हम कर देते हैं, लेट्स से 80005. कौन सी रोज, कंप्लीट रोज डुप्लीकेट हो रही? कोई भी नहीं हो रही ना. तो अब इस सिनेरियो में हमें क्या करना चाहिए? कंपाउंड की. ओके, सो सिद्धार्थ सेज कि जी इसके अंदर कंपाउंड की का कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस कर दें. हम इसमें से रिमूव क्यों नहीं कर सकते? बिकॉज ऑल द 3 rows और ऑल द 3 records of 80005, they are different. They are the dates are different. So the complete rows, they are not same. We cannot remove them. So we are to consider it. Compound key is probably the right answer, and I will explain why. Although you can also do this, but it was not correct. I will just add a new column. I will simply write ID over here. I'll type in 1. This is equals to this value plus 1. So that will be 2, and I can replicate this. By doing so, I generated a unique key. True? है ना? अब ये हमें क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए? Although I can set this field as my primary key. आप फील्ड इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, आप नई फाइल बना सकते हैं. ठीक है, ये नहीं है कि आपको मना है. ठीक है, बट ये अगर करते हैं तो ये गलत क्यों है? इनएफिशिएंसी के अलावा देखो, फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म सेटिस्फाई हो गई, एटॉमिक फॉर्म में भी है, रेपिटेशंस भी निकल गए, प्राइमरी की भी बना ली. सेकेंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म कहती है नो पार्शियल की डिपेंडेंसी. अगर मेरे पास आईडी की फील्ड प्राइमरी की होगी, कंपाउंड की एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती, सो सेकेंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म इज ऑल्सो सेटिस्फाइड. थर्ड नॉर्मल फॉर्म सेज no non key should be dependent on another non key. यहां पे मसला आ गया. ये जो मैंने बनाई है, ये तो मैंने अपने से बनाई. वट एवर द सिनेरियो में बी, ये जितनी भी नॉन कीज हैं, दे आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन दिस, नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन आईडी. दे मे बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन ईच अदर. डिपार्चर टाइम डिपार्चर डेट पे मैटर करता है कि नहीं करता? और अराइवल डेट और टाइम डिपार्चर के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि नहीं करता? जहाज उड़ेगा तो लैंड करेगा ना. समझ आ रही बात की? सो दिस डिटेल, अराइवल डेट एंड अराइवल टाइम, इज एक्चुअली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द डिपार्चर डेट एंड डिपार्चर टाइम. अब डिपार्चर डेट एंड टाइम इज एक्चुअली ऑल्सो डिपेंडेंट ऑन द फ्लाइट नंबर. डिपार्चर करना किस फ्लाइट ने, ये भी तो पता होना चाहिए, है ना? So technically, if I consider flight number, departure date, departure time as my compound key, as the primary key, then it might work. So I don't need this ID field. I can make a compound key combining these three. Why these three? Why not these two? क्यों? मैं सिर्फ डिपार्चर डेट और फ्लाइट नंबर को कंबाइन करके प्राइमरी की क्यों नहीं बना सकता? बताएं. पार्शियल की डिपेंडेंसी हो जाएगी. किसकी? डिपार्चर टाइम will be partially dependent on departure date and not on flight. क्योंकि टाइम जो है वो डेट के साथ मैटर कर रहा है, फ्लाइट के साथ. वो फ्लाइट का क्या है? फ्लाइट कोई भी हो, इतने बजे उड़नी है तो उड़नी है, फ्लाइट नंबर जो मर्जी हो. सो फ्लाइट द डिपार्चर टाइम इज एक्चुअली partially dependent on departure date, which is why we are to combine these three to make one primary key. Are we clear on this? So as per my understanding, I am going to normalize this using 5 tables and not 4. No 3, no 5, no 6. 5 tables. Once you are done with renaming the fields, they should be consistent. ऐसा नहीं करना कि एक फाइल के अंदर आपने अंडरस्कोर को इस्तेमाल कर लिया है, दूसरी फाइल के अंदर आपने कैमल फॉर्मेट इस्तेमाल कर लिया. इट शुड बी कंसिस्टेंट थ्रू आउट ऑल फाइल्स. ठीक है. दूसरी बात, मैं आपको इसलिए एम्फेसिस इस पे ज्यादा दे रहा हूं बेटा जी, जितने फील्ड नेम्स रीनेम होने होते हैं ना, उतने मार्क्स होते हैं. आपका क्या ख्याल है कि ये 46 मार्क्स उसने देने कैसे हैं? सिर्फ इस काम जो हमने अभी तक किया है, सिर्फ इसके 46 होंगे? हर एक चीज क्या है, डिलिबरेटली किया होता है. ठीक है. सो लेट्स से अगर 5 फील्ड्स हैं जिनको रीनेम करना चाहिए था, सो यू आर लुकिंग एट 5 मार्क्स. एंड आई हैव सीन न्यूमरस स्टूडेंट्स स्किपिंग दिस पॉइंट. नॉर्मलाइज करके बैठ जाते हैं, इंपोर्ट भी कर लेते हैं, सारा कुछ कर लेते हैं, रीनेम किया ही नहीं होता, शॉर्ट और मीनिंगफुल नहीं बनाया होता, स्पेसेस भी वहीं पे होती हैं. तो यू लुकिंग एट दैट मच डिडक्शन इन योर वर्क. ठीक है. एनीवेज, व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज I will be closing this, closing all files, saving my data. I'm just resaving. This is my created file, so I will save this as something else. This has airport information, so I'm going to save this as comma delimited, and then I'm going to save it as one has airport and flight. Okay. Airport name, I would say. Open up Access and start importing your database. So closing the blank table, going to external data, new data from file, text file, all are CSV. Browse. We select our first file, which is, let's say, airport name. Delimited, first row contains the field names. Airport code is fine, short text. Then primary key is airport code. Next, all right, keep it airport name. Click on finish. New data from file, text file, browse, airports. Okay, so we have next flight number is short text. This is also short text. Primary key is going to be flight number. I would say flight number. The table name is flight number. New data from file, text file. Third file is basically my cabin crew. Click on OK. Delimited, first row contains the field names. Next, payroll number, short text. This is short text, this is short text, this is short text, this is yes or no. Click on next. Primary key is payroll number. Click on next. And this is my cabin crew. 3 files imported. New data from file, text file. browse. This is my crew code file. We click on OK. This is delimited. Next, field row contains the field names. Crew code is short text. Click on next. Primary key is crew code. Click on next. This is my crew code. Last file is from file text file. Browse. Flights. Delimited. First row contains the field names. Next, flight number is short text. This is date with time. This is date with time. This is also date with time. This is also date with time. Crew code is short text. Click on next. I cannot set the compound key through the wizard. I will have to do it through the design view. So I'm going to go with no primary key. We click on next, and these are flights. Click on close. We open up flights first. We go to our design view. Select these three, set them as primary key. Go back to your data sheet and save your changes. No format needs to be changed. We are to change the format. They said this needs to be 2 digits for the date, full form of the month, and the year. So we go back, departure date, come down to the format. We type in double D, 4 M's, 4 Y's. Apply it. For the time, they said the format is double H, comma, a colon double M. Arrival date, the format is double D, 4 M's and 4 Y's. For arrival time, this needs to be double H, colon double M. Go back to your data sheet, save all your changes, check your format, and this is how it is. Flights done. Open up flight number. This is already okay. Don't have to do anything. Crew code. This is fine. Cabin crew. Long service needs to be displayed as yes or no, or 0 or -1. So I would say yes or no. We click on long service. Format is yes or no. You can even set it to true false like this. Go back to your data sheet. Still displayed as checkboxes. We come back, click on the text box. At times this does not change, so displayed as yes or no. Then what? This is fine. Airport name, all is fine. Now for your evidence document, you are to take the screenshot of the table structures of all tables. So there are 5 tables, 5 screenshots of the table structures. ठीक है? फॉर्मेट चेंज हुआ हुआ है किसका? डेट का और टाइम का. उसका भी एक एक स्क्रीनशॉट देना है. 4 नहीं देने, एक एक दे दें. ठीक है, ताकि उसे पता चल जाए हाँ जी फॉर्मेट चेंज किया था बच्चे ने. राइट. लास्ट ऑफ ऑल इज बेसिकली व्हाट? रिलेशनशिप. अगर 5 टेबल हैं तो कितने रिलेशनशिप बनेंगे? 4. ठीक है, तो कितने स्क्रीनशॉट बनेंगे? कितने स्क्रीनशॉट बनेंगे? एक स्क्रीनशॉट सबके लिए ना. 4 स्क्रीनशॉट आपके रिलेशनशिप के हो गए, 5 स्क्रीनशॉट टेबल स्ट्रक्चर के हो गए, 2 स्क्रीनशॉट्स. ठीक है, और एक आपने ER का भी देना है, वो आपको बता. So we click on the relationships. We are going to add our tables like this. Cabin crew, this is not added. Airport names. ठीक है जी. Flight number. No, let's start with crew code. Crew code is going to link with crew code. So this is one screenshot. This crew code is also going to be linked with this crew code. Right? This airport code is going to be linked with this airport code. And when I link these two flight number, the relationship would be this primary key with this flight number. One to many. This will be one to many. Because why? This is a compound key. This is not a primary key. It's a compound key. So one to many. Right? सो चार जो रिलेशनशिप्स बने, जितने भी चार प्रॉम्प्ट्स आए, आपने उसका स्क्रीनशॉट देना है, प्लस द ER diagram. This is the ER diagram. It is called entity relationship diagram. Do we get this? Entities किसको बोल रहे होते हैं हम? Tables को बोल रहे होते हैं. So entity relationship diagrams. ठीक है, एक स्क्रीनशॉट आपने इस एरिया के भी लेना है. Yes. Got it? Relationship done, normalization done. I will share this in your group. I would want you to continue with the reports after this. If you're not done with the normalization, I've given you the solution. Normalize it, build the report and show it to me, right? From this point onwards. Have you completed this report? No. Normalization भी नहीं हुई अभी. बेटा जी फाइल्स खोलें, नॉर्मलाइजेशन करें और सेकंड पॉइंट ऑनवर्ड्स अब आपको कर लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट इज सिंपल रिपोर्ट बिल्डिंग. ठीक है.